Hey, that's better. You guys can hear me now. I was waiting for Hestu to pop up. That's what I was saying earlier. And he finally did. Thanks again, Lloydie. And I'm glad I was able to get you that ditto. Playing in a Japanese file. That's pretty cool. I mean, given by the name that you're going by and the monetary donation of yen, I believe that was, that makes sense. So glad you could get a English ditto from that giveaway. It's been far too long since I did those. I do got a few things I need to turn on, I believe. Such as chat box. Okay, chat box is good. You're proud of your living decks? Oh, nice. I'm still technically working on the decks for Blueberry Academy. But we'll get it. Right now, I got sidetracked with a shiny hunt of Mudkip, and then found an area where a bunch of... well, I've been kind of going over areas on where to hunt these guys effectively for just shiny sakes. I need an egg sandwich, I believe. No, I already have eggs. I need a poison sandwich. So I need noodles and salt. And I believe it's 2 salties, right? Yeah, 2 salties. Hey, Kels, welcome. Anyways, I've been trying to look at places to hunt and shiny hunt the new starters. Came across this great spawning point for Slowpoke. And decided, you know what? I'm hunting Mudkip eggs. I think I can effectively do both at the same time. So, yeah, we're having a race. I'm hatching eggs while hunting a shiny Slowpoke and seeing what happens first. A point of interest is, what nature should I make this Mudkip? Like, I think I'm currently breeding not a specific nature, but I do have, for another round of Mudkip eggs, a impish one set up. I am also kind of trying to get a what's it called? An adamant nature to breed an attack Mudkip, because that is the embodiment of my 10-year-old self with Pokemon games. All attack. But Swampert is also a great freaking wall unless you know a grass move. Oh my gosh. Generation 10 giant Easter egg hunt instead of a treasure hunt. Have an Easter egg hunt. And just, yeah, find Pokemon eggs in the wild. Although that's kind of depressing though, because if you find an egg in the wild, like, that means that somehow it was left there. Also, another morbid thought, since we're on the topic. What if Pokemon, like, you send your Pokemon to the daycare in previous games, right? And the daycare worker says, hey, your Pokemon was found holding an egg. Do you want it? What if, in the wild Pokemon had a chance of holding an egg for the held item? Like, and so, like, you feint them and you get the held item instead of, you know, having to use Snatch. Or you catch them and they're holding an egg. Be random. It'd be like feinting a Kangaskhan to get the Kangaskhan kid. out there trying to snatch a metal coat from a Magnemite and end up snatching an egg instead. Zoof, I think so. And if I remember correctly, Zoof is Water Boy, yeah? Solus? I wouldn't say I'm winning, but I wouldn't say I'm losing either. Oh, shiny Smeargle. That's what's up. Nice. Great for shiny hunting. Because I am not great with Smeargle, what is it about Smeargle that makes it great for shiny hunting? You know, Brock, I sure hope they can. Like, there's a huge part of me that's hoping they're holding out for Generation 10 for those two Pokemon. Because, like, Miltank and Tauros belong together. They belong to have an interconnected line, a split evolution based on gender. Yes, it's going to retcon a lot of female Tauros and a lot of male Miltank, but that is a sacrifice that I am sure everybody is willing to make. I can't think of a single time where that idea has been suggested and somebody's like, no, we don't need a cute baby calf Pokemon. Like, that has never been said, nor will it ever be said. Like, who doesn't want a cute baby cow for a Pokemon? Oh, okay. That makes sense. I will most assuredly find a shiny Slowpoke before I find a shiny Mudkip. But at this point, the race is how many Slowpoke am I going to find to a single Mudkip encounter? Oh, I'm out of eggs to... At that rate, really fast. Serious. Man, it doesn't want to give me a female adamant 5 IV Mudkip at all. Three, two, one. Egg hatch. Oh. Was I off on my timing? Yes, I was. You know, I can't see as them making the stellar type an official type, if that makes sense. Like, I don't think we'll have really a Pokemon that's actually a stellar type. And just to confirm that, I'm going to double check on something. Now, it is possible that going forward, every region will have terrestrialization or whatever. I highly doubt it, but I think this will tell us everything we need to know. So it's a normal type Pokemon. This legendary is a normal type. And I think it's only the second normal type legendary ever. I may be wrong on that. Regigigas is definitely one of them. But I think this one might only be the second. I could be wrong. But its Terra type is Stellar, not its normal type. So if they were going to officially introduce Stellar as a type, it would be this Pokemon. It would have Stellar as its type. So it's not that we got a new type, because Stellar isn't really a type. It's a Terra type, denoting that you can use one move of every type, but only once. But you seem to still be limited to 4 moves that your Pokemon can know. So really you can only use a Terra move 4 times in a single battle with this thing, right? Oh my gosh, Lloydie. You are a genius. And like, now that you mention it, that's why this is taking so much longer than my Sprigatito hunt, because I was doing columns hunting Sprigatito. Now I know why this didn't feel right. I've been doing this for like the last hour, trying to get ready for this by having a Pokemon that's, you know, already 5 IVs and Adamant Nature or whatever. I got one that will work, so I can build a defensive wall. But yeah, I've done 3 boxes, so 90 of these Mudkips, and I've been wondering, like, why is this taking so long? This doesn't feel right. That's why. Hey, Michael, welcome. I might have to return to BDSP and finish my Giratina hunt. I kind of don't want to leave that one hanging. Okay, I'm obviously hatched all my eggs there. Okay, what can we do to fix this? Oh, perfect. I have just enough to fix it. That's mildly annoying. Oh, I forgot to grab said eggs. Oops. Oh my gosh. This is going to be so much better. Still got timer on that. That was 20 minutes. 19. Ah, that felt so much better. Yeah, I was doing this for like the last hour, and then I just thought, you know, why not make a stream out of it? Have a little bit more interaction with people, a little bit more chilling and conversating and interaction. That, Zoof, is a great question, and the answer is pretty much pure engagement in the server. Your name, basically everybody that was picked as a mod in the Discord server, it was because I saw their name repetitively and it wasn't a nuisance. Like, your name appeared a lot. Just generally hyping the channel, creating interaction and conversation in the Discord server. You frequently appeared on the streams, as you are right now, actually, and Lagia definitely helped out a lot with the bots. Like, he was very active in problem resolution and still continues to be. Tenny was really good with the league and hyping up Pokemon battles, and same with Inked Barco. I haven't heard from Inked in a long time. I hope he's doing okay. Yeah, basically every single one of my mods, none of them asked for it, but it was all because they were generally engaged in the server and wanting to see it grow and helping out. So they got mod privileges. You were one of them. Dean was also one that was very active in not just the streams but the server as well, hyping up some art. Had a different aspect to bring to the server. Also being in a different time zone. Some of them were picked due to their time zone and along with the support that they brought for the server. Dean's in Portugal, so he's representing Europe right now. I do want a few more that are in that time zone to help out, but haven't really solicited the need for it because the server's kind of not the most hyped right now. Like, the server's kind of not a hub that it once was. So Founder is and Liam, no, not Liam. Liam? Yeah, Founder and Liam are down in Australia, so different time zones there. Definitely helps out when things go wrong, you know, for the people while I'm sleeping. They got it covered. They're 18 hours ahead. So have I boost on? I'm not sure what that means unless you're referring to the sandwiches, which, yes, I have sandwiches active to help with Slowpoke. It's a poison sandwich going right now, so I can find a shiny Slowpoke a little better. And, of course, the eggs were Masuda method and using an egg sandwich to make them hatch faster, or not hatch faster, but breed faster. And Michael, you're welcome for the green starters. My pleasure. We're doing fire starters starting Tuesday. We'll have a video come out Tuesday morning or Tuesday afternoon for the fire boys. Hey Pugs, welcome. Back to Smearl. Not the best stats, but with the technician you get a bit more power on false life. Okay. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Taunt, okay. Be sure to trade back your Seadra. Hey, Broken Truffle, welcome. I'm doing good. Hopefully everyone else is in the same boat. Apparently my baby thinks he's not doing good. Maybe I need to lower my voice a little bit. Maybe I'm getting too excited. Not your Seadra. That's unfortunate. Swiper, no swiping. Here when I know for sure if I'm going to be registered for that coding class, I think I'm going to like turn my homework into a stream, as weird as that sounds. Like, I know I'm a Pokemon channel, but I think I'm going to basically stream doing the homework for it, doing the course. Basically show the work that goes into coding for those that are interested. Kind of just interact while learning. See if I can get it more concrete in my brain that way, maybe? I don't know. We'll see if I'm able to do that. That was completely off the wall, but yeah, I have no idea where that came from. But yeah, I'm going to be doing a full stack coding course, so that's going to take up about 20 hours out of my week on top of my full-time job and kiddo. So hopefully I will be able to accomplish two things at once. Do a stream, have some more interaction with everybody, and get some coding done. If I don't get enrolled in this full stack coding class, I do have a backup in mind, so it's not the end of the world. It just means I have to do a cheaper version. Which is no harm, no foul. Oh my gosh, why does it keep doing that? Okay, I think we're good there. And Brock, if I knew where to find a dragon scale in the wild, I would trade you a Seadra holding it. Oh, I hate it when I do that to myself. That cable. A shiny Slowpoke, I think a matter of 10 minutes, honestly. Shiny Mudkip, I could be here for 3 hours and probably still not find it. Yeah, so I have 10 minutes left on my counter. I am almost willing to guarantee that by the time this timer runs out, I will have found a shiny Slowpoke. In fact, I'd be pretty surprised if I didn't. What I want to do for another stream in the future is I want to do a shiny egg roulette, where I take 5 starters and a Ditto and go into a picnic with an egg sandwich on and just let them go. Let them go to town and then hatch them and see what I get. But yeah, Zoof or Waterboy, the shorter way to say my dissertation on why I chose my mods is I chose them based on who brought value to the server and the channel as a whole. Imagine, yeah, to get the Mudkip first. I would greatly love that. I love my I want my pink fish boy. Even though I think Mudkip's shiny isn't better than its original form, I want my shiny Oxalotl. its shiny makes more sense than its regular form. Like, I've seen white axolotls and I've seen pink axolotls. I haven't seen a blue one. Not to say they don't exist, I just haven't seen one. I haven't spent a good portion of my life looking at pictures of axolotls either, so like, it's likely that I just haven't seen one. Shiny Mudkip should be brown. Maybe. Yeah, basically. You are exactly right, Zoof. And so far in my history of choosing mods, I've only regretted 1.5 of them. Okay, maybe 2. Exactly right, Zoof. Yeah. One of the mods, or I guess X mods, is the only one I've ever seriously and like forcefully removed from the post. The others resigned. That I will not say, because I still like am okay with them. Like, and it's probably not who you're thinking of either. It was before your time. It's not Puff. I'll tell you that. Puff isn't the mod that I regret. No, the other one kind of went scorched earth on me, or I guess I had to go scorched earth on them. Like, I like them as a person, but they kind of really pissed me off. Was this the Broken Truffle, was the Wooper you were looking for the Pooper or the Jotonian Wooper? No, it wasn't Biddy. Biddy resigned. No, me and Biddy had a understanding. The rest of the mods hated him, but I quite liked Biddy. No, Biddy was like, hey, I caused too many problems. I shouldn't be a mod here. And honestly, when they left the server, that's when the server started to die. So for everything that they did that caused problems, they kept engagement as well. And honestly, I liked being in the server a lot more when they were there too. So they had a good kind of chaotic energy, but at times took it too far. The Johto one? Okay. Yeah, I think I ended up finding a shiny Johto Wooper pretty early on as well. If I remember right, it was quite accidentally. Let me see. Do I have... Oh, hey, I need to get in here anyways. Look at me go. Yeah. Just a regular Jotonian Wooper, quite by accident. Three of them, in fact. And I think those are my doubles, honestly. So I think I found 5 of them. I had a heck of a time shiny hunting. I believe it was a Volbeat. Like, I found 5 Illumis and a few Wooper before I found a Volbeat, and it was actually quite sad. Oh yeah, yeah. Ghost was actually one of the first mods of the server. That's why they have the friend of the server role. Well, Declan was the first mod. Declan and F cubed. So Declan and F cubed are friends of the server because they asked to step down just due to life getting busy. They had kids. One of them is enrolled in school right now, so a little bit busy for that. They actually both have 2 kids now. And it just became more than they could have on their plate because they had the role, so they felt obligated to be in the chat, respond to requests and all that, and help moderate, but they just didn't have the time to devote to it, which is completely fine, a completely voluntary basis, and grateful for the help when they were able to do it. Ghost actually was one of the big supporters of the bots really early on, so they actually purchased 2 of the bots through various donations. I believe it was 2, at least almost enough for 2. They for sure did 1 by themselves back in January of 2022. Yeah, January 2022. I was like, hey, I don't have enough bots. I'm accepting donations to get a second one. I have one lined up. I just can't afford it right now. And they dropped the money to get the second bot of the server. So through that and their help with people using the bot and granting them codes and giving them access, I just made them a mod so they could do that more efficiently. Yeah. Anybody who has the friend of the server role, I believe, was a mod at one point. I don't think I've given that to anybody who hasn't been a mod. Yeah, exactly right, Zoof. It's a role for basically they asked to not be mods anymore, but I didn't want to take away their ability to be mods. I just wanted to take away their responsibility to be mods. So if they're in the server and they want to help out, they have the ability to do so. But when it comes to people coming into the server saying, hey, I need some roles, they don't bother those people for those. They are bothering people that are willing to be bothered. And I need a new sandwich. Yep. I can find dragon scales on Seadras I beat. Man, you're gonna make me commit Seadricide. Yeah, I don't think my sandwich was working anymore because those Bellossoms shouldn't have appeared. I didn't give you your Kingdra. I'm not sure there, Zoof, because I've never disabled messages. So I don't know. You got a bunch of dragon scales from the item printer, okay. Do you know what items you had to put in there and how many of them to get said dragon scale? Because I am interested. Not me having a picnic with nothing but Mudkips. Oh my gosh, you guys. Growing to level 5 on me? They grow up so fast. Each item is random. Really? There's not like a code that's like, hey, if you put these items in, you're going to get this? That's bunk. Oh, 5 to 64%. Wow. That's pretty brutal. I kind of want to revive the Discord server and get more activity there. I'm just not quite sure how to go about doing it, but I think the first step is to start kicking people that haven't been in the server in ages. Like, I think I should go through and kick everybody that doesn't have the YouTube subscriber role just to, you know, thin down the herd. But I mean, that's obviously not going to revive the Discord server. It's just going to make it look a little bit better. Sophomore year hasn't been a great experience. That's unfortunate. Lagia, welcome. I see you peeping. We were just talking about you recently. All good things. All good things. I mean, if you want to, Zoof, there's like 10,000 people and like 8,000 of them don't have the role, so that's going to be a task. Oh, I got you there, Lloydie. That makes sense. What did I do? You were generally just really helpful in the server and with the bots and such. Zoof was asking why he got chosen to be a mod, and I went on like a 20-minute dissertation on why the mods were chosen. It is 12 a.m. right here. Oh, hey, I need to get more kippies. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. I don't know if you guys ever go into Discord and use the command !levels, but doing that basically is going to tell you who's a mod. Like, with 90% accuracy. Yeah, Zoof, so if they don't have the YouTube sub role or the Pokebot user role, that's who I've been thinking about targeting. However, obviously, if they're a paid Discord, you know, member, like they're subscribed to the Discord server, definitely don't kick those people, please. Don't do that. That would be detrimental. And I don't know why. The Discord paid members should be able to see everything without the Pokebot user role, but for some reason it still is required, and I can't figure out why Discord is doing that, because the permissions are there. But yeah, basically a better way of saying it is I'm looking at the people that only have non-bot or Discord server related roles, like if they're just got the Wanderer role or the Welcome role or, you know, self-chosen roles. Zoof is Waterboy. Also, because we were mildly talking about it, and I think I can set this. I shouldn't waste my sandwich with this, but I'm going to do this because why not? Window capture. Let's go into the server just to make sure we're on the up and up there. Add source. Add source. Select a window. Discord. Done. Oh, is that not the one? Discord. Hey, there we go. Discord. Alright, you guys should see that too, I believe. Oh yeah, this is what I was doing. General. Levels. Go to the leaderboard. Visit site. Okay, and then we're going to change that window. that one? Not that one. There we go. That one. So this is what I was saying just a moment ago. If you look at the leaderboards, you're going to see who I selected as the mods. Lagia, very, very close to overtaking me. So close, it's actually pretty crazy. Tenny, Puff, Biddy, CB, Waterboy. That one is Liam, Striker, of course, Fazzy. There's Chaotic Shady. Oh no, that one's Liam. Kid Savage. Kid Savage. If he's not Liam, what's Kid Savage's? It's not Fazzy. I just said Fazzy. Rip Puff. Hey Brocky, catch you later. Steve-O. Steve-O is Kid Savage, I think. And then Founder, Dean, Inked Barco. Yeah, and Bearman Pig. Declan, Marty, he used to be a mod. There's Bearman Pig again. Bearman Pig again, because they kept getting banned. And then F Cubed. So still pretty high up there. Harley, she used to be a mod. And Arsenon. Yeah. And they're still beating out the people that are just there to you know, use the bots. So, yeah. Makes pretty good sense there, I think. Where's Discord again? Server settings. Okay, just making sure that's not visible because I think there's stuff that things aren't supposed to see there. Do members not show up? Oh, there they are. Okay, so window capture, change. You want Discord again. All right, this one is for Waterboy. Okay, so we're mainly looking at people that are like, they enrolled like 3 years ago and still just have the welcome roll. Yeah, those ones are ones that we can, you know, go and kick because they haven't been here. Like, they haven't been active. But if they are like 9 days ago, leave them be. And of course, I don't know why this looks so weird. Is it gonna change if I do this? A little bit. Okay, perfect. Awesome. Love that. Okay. I'm going to use this one as an example because I know okay. Apparently I don't know. What's the one I'm looking for? Yeah, this is like a whole rabbit hole, but and I don't think this is what I want. Oh no, I need roles. That's what I need. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, so don't delete people with this role, because like this person, they have the premium member mark, but they don't have YouTube subs. Don't delete those, please. That would hurt a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Anyways, back to what we're here for. Yeah, and like I said earlier, don't really worry about it. Like, it's something that if I really wanted to do, I would go through and do it. And don't delete Lloydie, please. Yes, don't do that. Really, I need to just take some time and go through and prune. Got it. Oh, shoot. Yeah, Lagia, we were also discussing how to increase engagement in the server, and pruning came up. It doesn't increase it, but it makes us feel better for the 10 active people that we do have to only have 1,000 members instead of 10,000 and still only have 10 people active. Generally, just doing events and stuff would be great. Like actual in-server giveaways would be probably good. I've always said that if my channel ever hits like 2,000 in revenue a month, I would do like not monetary giveaways, but like, here's a game, knock yourself out, you know, to a random active user type situation. Just like, here's the thing. Thanks for being here. Yeah. Yeah, that was a good time. That took a while. And I've contemplated removing that requirement altogether. But really, I still think it serves a good purpose to make sure rules have been read. Like, the channel's big enough now that I'm not as worried about it, but like, I don't want to remove it because I don't want the flood of people to come in and be like, you know, not having read the rules and having to, like, we really haven't had to ban anybody very often, like, or warn or kick or anything for a long time. Like, it's pretty rare that we have to do that, luckily. Yeah. Exactly. They can always join back, and then they will have to reread the rules, and, yeah. If they're subbed, then they'll have an easy way back to the server. If they're not, then they'll sub when they get there, I guess. Oh. We'll find out. Maybe it'll tank my YouTube subs or something. I don't know. When you don't have your dose of banning people anymore. Got your first ban the other day? Dang. There was a good month where I was really crabby and I banned like 12 people. And like I had to cool it because like I legitimately had to take a step back and realize, no, it's not really that bad. I'm just really crabby. Like I had a bad attitude that month. It was not great. Yeah, it's good to have rules. We were spending so much time like going over stupid simple crap because people didn't read the rules that's why we instituted somewhere in the rules, this is what you have to do to talk in our server, this is what you have to do to access the bots, and it was very successful. Like, we don't really have very many people using bot commands in general anymore. I jinxed myself with a Slowpoke. I sure did. You were known as being ruthless for just doing your job. That's funny. Really, though, it is. It was the month that I tried... not tried to. It's the month that I threatened to ban Arsenon 1 day into him being in the server. And that's what got me to cool it. Or I guess I should say that's who got me to cool it. It's like, yeah, that's kind of being really, really jerkish for not a good reason. Like, I did something, he called me on it, I'm like, you know what, you're not wrong. Speed run. That was around the time you joined. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm definitely shocked I haven't found a Slowpoke yet. I'm like halfway through sandwich number 2 without it. Oh hey, there's another impish Mudkip. Don't need one of you. Oh, we only got 2 more sets of Mudkip eggs to find. And then I have to switch sandwiches and just sit here for a half hour. Yeah, I wish that bot would have worked out. That would have been so convenient, but like, it dumped everybody's rolls, and I think that's probably why I was so crabby. You should continue your Alpha Sapphire playthrough. Absolutely, you should. best Pokemon game. Not really. That's Pokemon Coliseum and the original Sapphire equally. I just saw that shiny. Did I already despawn it? If it was on my game, I just probably despawned it. Perhaps we will have a shiny fail. Oh, JK. Darn. It's like I haven't had a shiny fail in a while. Ban. It's like, if I could run through a thing of Duraludon and check the gem on top of their head, I'm pretty sure I'll notice a giant yellow blob in the middle of my game. I do gotta say, though, that's the first time somebody's actually said shiny and actually got me with it. You're in Mauville? Haven't caught any Pokemon yet. That's kind of scary. I managed to get 2 Duraludon, and I think they were within 3 sandwiches. So I had a sandwich, caught a shiny Duraludon. 30 minutes later, I caught another one, roughly. Definitely didn't PK Hex the other 2 starters in. I would never. I mean, if it works, it works. Okay. I have one more row of Kips to hatch. And then we get to play Egg Farm Simulator. Hey, Marius, welcome. Shiny Squirtle. That's a good one. I like me a shiny Squirtle. I don't even know what shiny Pincurchin looks like. What I don't like is when the eggs hatch and a Slowpoke is just sitting there looking at you. So all you can see in the background is like its gold head. You can't see any pink on it. That one really irks me. The Wind Straits. You know what's funny about the Winstraight family in that game that, like, never gets addressed? So, the Winstraight family. If I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, but I feel like I'm not. Yeah. I feel like I recall that the Winstraight family is also Steven, the Champion's family. Like, I feel like the grandma says, you should battle my grandson, he's really strong. And the girl says, you should battle my brother, he's really strong. The mother and father say, you should battle my son, he's really strong. You know, something to that generic effect. Right? So, like, it's really implying that the champion is their son. But the champion is named Steven Stone. And if I'm not mistaken, he's the Devon president's kid. Also. Oh, he's an ace trainer. Okay. Okay. I like that detail. Lagia with the trivia. Okay, I'm only wasting like 5 minutes of a sandwich. Game theory time. Oh, yeah, this is going to be a very lame egg hatching session if I don't have anything to breed. He gets depressed when you beat him. All right. Let's see if I can get this right the first time. Okay, it's blue. That's a good sign, I think. It's Metamon. Honestly, Metamon makes so much sense. All right, time for Picnic Basket Simulator. You know what? That was a good thumbnail if I do say so myself. Although, it does kind of remind me of the thumbnails I used for all of those Pokemon Snap videos. That was atrocity. I lost so many subs over Pokemon Snap. Yeah, that's... Apparently it's Shiny Hunting A Grace 6. I don't know why it's A Grace 6. I'm pretty sure I forgot to change boxes, but I'm also pretty sure it doesn't really matter much. Ooh, gotta work 12 to 7 on those days. I have both of those days off. Oh, Lloydie. Why would I use Herba for eggs? Because I traded this account over to my modded Switch, added every item I possibly could at the time, so I have over 900 Herba Mystica of every kind. It's not an object. And it is so much faster to make a sandwich than fly there and fly back. That's why. I'm not worried about running out of Herba. Isn't it such a clicky keyboard? Like, it is so satisfying. Maybe not, you know, over the stream. But, like, just when I'm typing, I was like, yeah, I feel like I'm getting so much done typing on this keyboard because I can hear every stroke of the key. Yeah, I got tired of doing 7-star raids and still not finding any Herba, so I said, screw it. And 5-star raids, and 6-star raids. Like, I did 100 raids, easily. Not a single Herba. So I said, screw it, I'm just gonna put it on. I am a shiny hunter, not a raid, not a raid lord. Oh, I can pull a camera out here? Since when? Oh, there's the whistle. Wake up! Make eggs! So I am convinced that there is a sound that happens when an egg gets deposited into this basket. Okay, that sound sounded like kind of like a Pokeball hitting the ground, and there's an egg inside. That sound happened again. There's an egg inside. There's an egg. Oh, okay. So those two must have been just coincidences, because I heard it again, and there wasn't an egg. But, like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a show where a chicken's hatching an egg, or, you know, laying an egg, and it does that pop sound. Like that. I'm going to turn this all the way up for a second. Okay, no sound, there's an egg. See, did you hear that sound, that pop? There's an egg in the basket. But no, I think it might just be Ditto. Could you imagine if Pokemon did put a sound in for that, though? I don't want to think about that. Now that I had that up so loud, and I turned it down, it's too quiet. As they should be. One of the things I want to do once I learn fully how to program is I want to make a knockoff Pokemon game. Oh, no, 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 I want the egg. I want the egg. Thank you. Like, I feel like in today's age, or I guess in 1996, right, it took a whole team of people to make Pokemon Red and Blue. I feel like today, it could take a person just a little while to make Pokemon Red and Blue. Like, it can't be that hard. I mean, they made Pokemon Red and Blue back in the day in binary. I'm pretty sure somebody could build it in C++ in a matter of days. I mean, obviously, the newer games, much, much, much more complex. But the old style game, like if you replicated the old style of game, I'm sure, like a couple of months tops. Pika Pika Meta Meta Pop. Oh, they definitely haven't lagged yet. Like, Game Freak sucks at programming. This is, like, really known in the world. On one occasion, I know for a fact they had people come in and, like, you know, give them some guidance on programming. They took a look and reviewed their code and worked with them on it. And most people would create a world sprite, you know. And this is an actual example from what I remember reading a while back. Is we have sprites for every gym leader, right? Every character that there is in the game. Perfect. Most people would make those sprites a global event, right? So in the game's base files system, you have a sprite for Misty. You have the sprite for the overworld map, the entire freaking map. What they did is Misty in Pokemon Gold, Gold, Silver, and Crystal had 2 locations that she could appear in. She could appear in Cerulean Cape and her gym. Her sprite is in every single individual route map there is in the game. And it's not like a function to call that image location. The image is actually in that map, but it's not being used. They duplicate all of the sprites in every single map instead of just putting a global sprite and call the function to display the sprite and have it do what it needs to do in the area where it needs to happen at. They could have shrunk their game by like 90% doing that. And some guy coded the entirety of Pokemon Red and Blue in Minecraft. So, like, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't be too hard to remake in C++. Sorry, Broken Truffle. Yes, they did it again in Generation 7. Okay, Broken Truffle. I mean, it was pretty simple the way me and Lagia explained it, but let's put it in baking terms. All right, you're baking some cake, and you need flour. Where would you store flour? In one cupboard in your kitchen, right? Well, Game Freak's approach to this would be, we need a packet of flour in every single cupboard in the kitchen. We need some in your left shoe in your bedroom. We need some under the bathroom sink. We need some sticking out of the top of the toilet. We need some in the bathtub. We need some in your kid's room and in the toy box. We need some outside on the patio. And we need some in your car under the left front tire. Like, they would put a bag of flour everywhere, but only use it in the kitchen. Hopefully that's absurd enough. Exactly. Every single patch of grass had its own memory allocation instead of just, hey, call this image, put this here, run this code. Like, I can get different grass tiles having different coding behind them, but you don't need to call every individual blade of grass. Thank you for dumbing it down for me. Interactable animations. So basically what the general gist is telling me from doing a quick Google search is, for coding the basic system, it would take a couple of weeks for one person. For, you know, completing everything like level design, it would take a couple of months. But if you like knew the game in and out and could reuse code, like, yeah, it wouldn't take very long at all. Oh yeah, yeah, those were pretty cool. But honestly, I mean, maybe Generation 3 would be an easier game to start off duplicating, right? In C++, because, I mean, 90% of the game is water, so, like, once you build one tile for water, do you know how easy the world building is going to be? Just make everything water. Too much water. How much time do I got left on that? I feel like I got a good amount of time left on my sandwich. Yeah, 10 minutes, okay. Seriously though, just put like tiles of water across the entire map. And then put stuff over top of the water. Like, the thing is, once I feel like once you got the basic system down, right? I feel like the first thing you would want to do is create the map. Maybe you would want to create all of the contents first. Let's argue that. Like, you build a system for how things function. The type damages, the equations, the damage calculation, all that. That's in the core program, right? And then you build all of the sprites. You code all the sprites. Pokemon, moves, items, everything. You code that. And then you build the world. And like, I don't agree with this person's assertion that the the level design would take several months, because Pokemon is so incredibly simplistic with its level design. It's 2D. It's not one cohesive entire overworld. You never see this whole overworld at the same time. It is a series of rooms. That's it. You just lay it out in a grid. You need this much space, you know, and of course you're going to have a lot of extra space, because in this version of the game, we don't care how big it is, because it doesn't have to fit on a single megabyte of data, right? It can be a gig if we want it to. But because we're doing it smartly, it'll be smaller than the original game anyways. But there are a series of boxes. Each map is a box that has an entry point and an exit point that links to another entry point and exit point. The only level design you really need to do with that is, here's the entry point, here's the exit point, here's the link. This warps here, this warps here. And like, the greatest example of this in action is actually Sabrina's Gym. Sabrina's Gym takes this idea and does exactly what the game does. Like, in the back end, for every building you enter, it does it right in front of your eyes. You step on a warp panel, you move to a different box in Sabrina's Gym. You step on a warp panel, you move to a different box. That's all the game's doing. The entire overworld, your entire building entering experience, the door that you're entering is stepping on a warp panel, taking you to a different box. That's it. Hey, Broken Truffle, you have a fantastic night. And like, once you have your tiles built, it's more like saying, hey, this square here uses this information. This square here uses this information. You know, like, I'm thinking like things like Phoebus, where there's only 5 to 7 tiles in a very specific route that actually can spawn a Phoebus. Like, that specific tile has Phoebus's information. None of the rest should. So yeah, you do need to code each individual square to an extent, but you can copy and paste squares that have the same information. So there may be 5 total squares you need to compile per map, and then the rest is cutting and pasting. This one is 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 this one. Call the same information. I really think with Pokemon, you know, specifically something as simple as Gens 1 through 3, the hardest part about that game would be making the system. Getting all of the damage calculations in there. Like, there are so many calculations to determine how much damage, what's doing what damage, what affects what, how it's affected. That would be the hard part for me. How this item affects this formula. And like, really, I've seen the formula for damage calculation, and once you have that down, it's just functions, you know. But you got to call them in the correct order, of course. That's like, hey, this is the formula for this damage output. But in order to get the variables, you have to run functions to determine the variable, and it's a bunch of if-then statements. You know, if item is, you know, metal coat, output this. If item is fairy plate, output this. Oh yeah, absolutely Lagia. Yeah. Once you get to Gen 6, you're not going to work that well with that. But once you get to Gen 6, also, it becomes less of a grid and more of a whole environment. Like, that. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, if I was to make a game that I was going to make a Pokemon knockoff and make my own version, like, I do want to do this. I want to make my own fan-made Pokemon game, but not call it a Pokemon game. I wouldn't want that connection because I would want to be able to sell it, but basically have it be a different kind of Pokemon game. And I know things like people have done things like Nexomon and Coromon, and like I feel like they make it too different. I feel like what's going to be the best is to make it like Pokemon almost exactly, but have your own stuff, because when you change things too much, you're not getting the nostalgia in there. And of course you have to change, you know, the names, you have to change the mechanics a little bit, you have to change the Pokemon, of course, like you can't use the same stuff, but having it function the same is perfectly doable. Okay. How many eggs do we get? Ooh, I was afraid of this. Oh, crap. No, I didn't do too bad. Okay. Alright, for poison, that was noodles. Brass has what you don't have, a ton of free boxes. That's right. I can never remember, poison's double salt, yeah? Yeah, double salt. Honestly, I feel like we shouldn't be limited in boxes. Like, we should have as many as we want. If you want to have 100 boxes on your Pokemon game, you do you, boo. wish you could skip this whole cutscene. Because they had to make up for their suckage somehow. It's okay, guys. Sorry we made a crappy game. Have some extra boxes. Ouch. I agree, Lagia. Gen 5 needs a champion ribbon. Hey, random question, because I keep getting asked on my giveaways if I can make them eggs. Of course, with the bots, I'm not allowed to, right? But eventually, I will learn how to override that programming and make them trade as eggs. I could, in theory, do that, because people do that. Now, when you obtain a Pokemon in the wild, its shiny is dependent upon your SID and your TID. It has to have a TID matching with your Pokemon identifier number, right? Now, eggs are determined when the egg is received. So when the egg is generated and the daycare worker gives you the egg, that Pokemon, that egg is generated and it has a PID that is either shiny or not shiny. So if you had a shiny egg, it does not yet have a trainer ID or a secret ID. So its shiny is not dependent on what your SID and TID is. Is that correct? Because I started to think today that my original explanation to people might be wrong. And it's really been this whole week, because I've had several people ask, hey, can you trade these shinies as eggs so they will have our TID and SID and belong to us? And, you know, I have a few reasons for not doing that, of course. One, the bots won't let me. Two, I believe in full transparency. When people receive trades with the trainer name Brasscoin, they know it was likely Gen because my name is big enough that they know that I do those. So, like, I don't want to start trading eggs for that reason. But one of the reasons I've been giving is those eggs theoretically would be illegal because they don't have a TID, SID matching a shiny saying that, yes, this is a match, make it shiny. Okay, so I am right. The shiny egg changes its shininess when it's traded. So if I hatch a shiny Mudkip and revert back to a save before I hatch that and trade it away to you, it would not be shiny for you. So it is taking my SID and TID into consideration. See, okay, yeah, shiny Manaphy should have been my dead giveaway there. You're absolutely right on that one, because it generates the Pokemon, but it doesn't expect you to trade away a mythical, so it didn't take into account hatching that under a different TID SID than it was received as. Okay, so glad I haven't been misinforming people. I am correct. It would cause a mismatch. It would be a forced shiny. Because, like, I can trade away an egg that's guaranteed to be shiny, but Pokemon Home, or, you know, their systems, should be able to detect, hey, this information doesn't match. I had to ask because I know you've paid a lot more attention to the intricacies of those things. Epic Lagia moment with trash info retention that won't help me in life. Yep, that's me. Isn't it amazing how, like, the things that you want to retain and remember for later that would be important escape us so easily, but, like, stupid information that doesn't matter outside of a very, very, very specific setting matters enough to remember. It just sticks in your brain and won't leave. Lives rent-free. Kind of like that whole, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Like, I don't need to know that. But it's always there. Everyone knows it. It is so common knowledge. It just occurred to me that I should probably know what a shiny muck looks like, because there is a chance that one of those muck or grimer will be shiny on me instead of my coveted Slowpoke. I don't even know why I chose to do this with Slowpoke here instead of something more beneficial, because like I already have the shiny Slowpoke line like 4 times. I caught them in Sword and Shield, and I caught them a lot on Pokemon Go, I feel like. Yeah, that makes sense, Lagia. General life stuff is pretty boring, so it's like whatever. It's kind of like I can never remember what year my dad's birthday is, but I know that he's like 30 years older than me almost exactly, so I can do the math, but like it's never just like at the tip of my mind like, oh yeah, my dad was born in this year. Like I have to think through a series of thoughts to get to the answer. And for my wife, it's I know her birth year. If you ask me her age on any given day, I couldn't tell you before doing the math. It's like, well, I know she's, you know, almost 4 years younger than me. She's 3 years younger than me, officially. So she's this old. Like, I have to do those computations before I can give an answer. And it's, I think it's the way our brains process information. And somebody was telling me the other day that once you pass a certain age, and I believe they said it was 25, years start to not blur together, but like time flows differently. They say that life speeds up, and you know, you blink and it's over. Like, kids grow up so fast. I think it was my wife that was telling me that like after age 26 or 25, that the way your brain processes time drastically changes. So it's not that time's, you know, actually moving faster, of course, we know that, but your brain's ability to reconcile 1980 is 40 years ago now, as opposed to 1980. Yeah, that was 20 years ago. It's like, you know, like our reference point is set at a certain year. So 1980 doesn't matter how many years pass, it's 20 years ago. But it isn't. It's double that. Yeah, forgetting your own age. It's like, I generally don't know my own age on occasion. It's like, well, I was born in this year. It's this year now. What's the difference? For real, though, it happens. Like, I turned 30 in, like, a month and a half. And I feel like, yeah, I'll be able to remember my age for that year, but after that I'm gonna struggle again. Because like it's a year, you know, it's a, I mean, not a big one, but like it's a milestone year. It's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I'm 30. Okay, cool. I can remember that. When I was a kid, my mom was 36 for like 4 years in a row. I was her favorite kid, obviously. But the math just wasn't mathing. You've you've memorized his year of birth for that very reason. That's funny. I don't know how it is where you're at, but like in America, that information comes up way more often than you would think it does. Like as an 18-year-old or 17-year-old going into 18, like you have no idea how important that information actually is to know at any given time. Like just because of the way insurance works in America, like you're on your parents' insurance plan until you're 26, or you can be, unless you get your own through, well, even if you get your own through your own job, like you would still be on it. So you can run it through both at that time. But when you need information on your medical bills and what your insurance is paying, like you have to know your parents' birth information to be able to access it. Like they ask you, okay, what's your insurance policy number? Who's the primary? What's their date of birth? And what's the last four of their social? And like you have to know that stuff. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can barely remember my own birthday, and I have to know my dad's. I mean, obviously that's not a problem anymore because I'm past that age, but I have my own insurance, and we're adding my wife to it this year in less than 24 hours. So if she needs insurance information, she's gonna have to know my birthday, my last four of my social. Luckily she does, but because girl brains work differently like that, I guess. But I couldn't tell you what her stuff is. Like nope. Wow, yeah, I really did jinx myself at the beginning of the stream saying that Slowpoke was probably going to be super easy to find. Oh, yeah, for sure. Makes sense. It does take time to acquire. And really, like, when I first got married, I mean, obviously the age difference isn't that much. And at this point in time, it's leveling out. But when I got married, I was 23. And my wife was 19 ish. The level of knowledge of real world life difference was so much greater than we thought it was. Like when she was living with her parents and we were dating, like it wasn't that noticeable, but when we moved in together, it was quite apparent. And it's just because I had that extra 4 years of I lived on my own, I did this and I did that, and all that, and she didn't have that experience. So like it it's a lot of growth during that time. But now that she's around 25, 26, that's the age that I was when we got married, and we've grown together with that. So like she's caught up to a lot of the stuff that I knew when we got married, and has gotten the stuff that we learned together along the way as well. So as time goes on, those gaps don't matter as much because your knowledge pools together. It's pretty cool. Oh yeah, definitely. Like it really puts you on that track. Like going to find an apartment by yourself. Um, Getting insurance taken care of, getting your medical bills taken care of, doctor's appointments scheduled. It's a lot. And basically once you have kids, like you have to do all that for them, so it kind of forces you to learn to do it, and fast. Yeah. Like yeah, you if I remember correctly, you do live in Mexico, right? Okay. So I'm not sure how it is down there because I've been once and it was in Juarez and it was really sketchy, but that's besides the point. In America, because the housing market is such total garbage right now, we're seeing a lot more of millennials, my generation, still aren't able to move out, buy their own house, etc., etc. We're seeing more of a rise in multi-generational housing. And there's a lot of cultures out there that practice the multi-generational housing. Japanese is one of them, and if I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, down in Mexico, that is extremely common to have grandma, grandpa, mom, dad, and kiddo, 3 generations in the same house. Is that correct? Is that pretty common? Yeah. So not only is that becoming more of a necessity here in America, just because of how the housing market is, more people are leaning into that here out of practicality, not just necessity. Me and my brother have talked about this idea multiple times. The problem is I don't have anything to bring to the table right now. Like, in order to do this multi-generational housing, he has to sell his house to be able to get a loan for the other building that we would have to build to join in and have one big household. Hello, Gloom. What's up, buddy? Come here. Hey, you're pretty green. Let's get it. Not the shiny I was expecting to hunt today, but glad I kept my eyes open. What's going to be a good ball for Gloom? Ooh, that entirely depends. What's a shiny? Okay, shiny Vileplume is a giant green boy. Blossom. Purple. Okay, we got some. It's a boy, Gloom. I think we're gonna have to stick with Vileplume. I think Friend Ball is gonna make the most choice, most sense. Yeah, Friend Ball it is. Perfect. Well, I caught a shiny this stream, so at least I get to upload a video out of it later on, so that's cool. Since when does Mudkip try to learn Supersonic? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to skip through every single one of these Mudkip evolving. That sucks. As I was saying, me and my brother have discussed multi-generational housing and all that, and are pretty down for it. But yeah, he would have to sell his house in order to get a loan, which would mean he wouldn't have a house to live in while the other one's being built. Not a good situation that way. And since I don't have a home right now, I don't have any collateral to sell to, you know, get the down payment. Like, I have to save a down payment for a house first and get the house built, and then we can talk about pooling funds and all that. Okay. Shiny Gloom. Let's check your summary. What's up with you? Okay. 59. Friend Ball. And it's not got the greatest stats, but that's okay. We'll move it with the rest of the shinies. Either way, this is going to make an interesting video because we're doing a shiny hunt race between Mudkip and Slowpoke, and Gloom won. Like, didn't see that coming. Honestly, I think I'm going to title the video Shiny Mudkip or Slowpoke, which is going to come first, and then just have the answer be Gloom. All while talking about life. For real. Oh, am I out of... I'm out of sandwich. I wonder how long I've been out of sandwich. Probably not too long. Yeah, I'm like, how do I condense this into a title for a YouTube video? Like, that's definitely going to be a tough one. Which will show up first? The answer will surprise. Like, that definitely sounds like a great short intro hook line. Like, that is phenomenal for a short hook line. Because, like, I listen to the videos almost every single time they come on. 5 facts you may not have known. The last one will surprise you. You know, that super robotic voice thing. I don't know if you've seen those YouTube videos as well, but I see them almost every single time I get on YouTube and start scrolling through shorts. So, like, that's a great hook. It's like, shiny Mudkip or shiny Slowpoke? Who will show up first? The answer may surprise you. I mean, I guess it's still a poison type. It does make me wonder, like, because I said I was keeping an eye out for the Grimer and Muck, and the Gloom just happened to show up. I want to know how many potential shinies I've missed out in the sea, because I'm also, you know, skirting along this coast. For Tentacruel and Tentacool, like, how many potential shinies have I lost at sea? Hey, shiny Slowpoke, what's up? Nice. There it is. Shiny Slowpoke won the race after losing to Gloom. It came in second. This one I can peck, though. I know this one won't die. Slowpoke was caught off guard and cannot move. Okay, this one gets a dream ball. Let's go! We finished the race of the stream at 2 hours and 21 minutes. Slowpoke won over Mudkip, but Gloom beat everybody out. Let's check our boxes, see what he's all about. Oh, he's in my party hat. Timid, not terrible. Okay. Well, I managed to get 3 shiny Slowpokes today. 1 on stream, of course, and a shiny Gloom. And I have hatched a lot of Mudkip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 boxes, so 185 Mudkip. In the time I found 4 shinies with sandwiches. So sandwiches are clearly the way to go. Oh, hey, speaking of, I think I finally have enough Galarica twigs. We can include this in the video, of course. Oh, where did I go? I just passed her. I was there. Right there. Right there. I need a Galarica wreath. Yes, that is okay. Slowpoke may have won the race, but Gloom is the true winner. It really is. Oh, I didn't need bag. I wanted this. Okay, before we hatch those, we got a thing to do. Oh, might as well get the other 2 going on here. Get the bag. Cuff is Slowbro. Wreath is Slowking. Slowbro is so much cooler. You still want a shiny Munchlax from... Oh, but you need 3 people for that? That's crazy. Heck yeah, I want to learn Shell Sidearm. Yeah, I'm good without that one. Oh, there you go. I hope I used the right thing. Did I use the right item? Tell me I used the right item. Slowking? Yes! I used the right item. This is now officially my 4th set of shiny Galarian Slowpoke and Slowking. I have 1 on each of my profiles for Pokemon Go and 1 in Sword and Shield and 1 here now. But tell me why Slowpoke's, or sorry, Slowbro's regular Galarian shiny looks, or regular Galarian form looks better than its shiny. Like, its shiny just looks like it's sick. I mean, as Slowpoke is a Gen 1 OG, and this did turn into a poison type, and it is actually pretty cool, I'm a fan. I rock the poison type. I love them. So, it just so happens that I hit Community Day with my nephew. He had my iPad, I had my phone. We got some Slowpoke going on. I caught them on Sword and Shield back in the day because I accidentally found one and just said, hey, I have to have the entire line now. And I was shiny hunting Mudkip and thought, hey, this beach has a lot of Slowpoke on it. Why not? Let's do it. So that's the story of how I got way more of these than I need. Yes, I do love the poison type Pokemon. I think they're wonderful. Well, we set out with a goal. We conquered the goal. Mudkip lost. He is a sturdy boy, but we never said he was a fast boy. So, great things come in good long time. Great thing come in time. And we're still waiting on that. But it's like been 2.5 hours. It's 2 in the morning. I think it's time to go to bed and make sure that I'm on track for tomorrow to start my new year off right and hitting my goals. So, I will catch you guys in another stream and in another video. Lagia, thank you so much for hanging out while I shine hunted that. Been here quite a while. Thanks for chatting about life and everything under the sun. See you guys next time. Had to wait to see if that one was